Companies are spending billions on generative AI, and they expect massive transformation. They hope for breakthroughs in productivity and innovation. Yet, for many, the return on this investment is small. A great divide is opening between companies experimenting with AI and companies achieving real, measurable impact. It separates the few who succeed from the many who fail to scale pilots into production-ready systems. The numbers are stark. MIT Project NANDA studied this closely. Over 300 AI projects were included. Researchers spoke with 52 companies. The findings paint a clear picture. About 95% of enterprise generative AI pilots never reach full production. They never deliver the business value promised. This high failure rate isn't just technical. It's not simply the model's quality. The core issue is elsewhere. The primary cause is a fundamental learning gap. Many enterprise AI systems can't learn from interactions. They lack persistent memory. They don't improve with user feedback. The journey from exploring AI to deploying it is a funnel. Many enter, but few emerge. Data shows that adoption starts broad and narrows sharply at each stage. About 80% of employees are exploring consumer AI tools like ChatGPT for work-related tasks. This shows a massive grassroots interest in the technology's potential. When companies formalize this interest, the numbers begin to drop. Approximately 60% of enterprises move to evaluate specific vendors or build custom tools for defined business problems. This is where the real challenges begin to surface. From this evaluation stage, only about 20% of projects advance to a formal pilot. A pilot is a controlled test of an AI tool on a real business workflow with a small group of users. This is the moment of truth. It is where the theoretical potential of an AI system meets the messy reality of daily operations. Users test the tool not in a sterile lab environment, but within the context of their actual jobs, with all their complexities and exceptions. This is the most critical test for any new technology, and it is where the great filtering happens. The most significant drop-off occurs right after the pilot phase. This is the pilot to production chasm. Of the 20% of projects that become pilots, only 1/4 of them, or 5% of the total, successfully make it into full production. That means for every 20 AI projects that companies start, only one will likely become a fully integrated, value-generating part of the business. This massive failure rate represents a colossal waste of resources, time, and enthusiasm. It is the central problem that leaders must solve to win with AI. At the heart of the pilot-to-production chasm is the learning gap. This gap has three critical components. The first is a lack of persistent memory. Many enterprise AI tools suffer from digital amnesia. They treat every interaction as if it is the first. Imagine a brilliant assistant who forgets everything you told them 5 minutes ago. That is the daily experience for many employees. A system without memory cannot build context. It cannot understand user preferences. It cannot learn from past successes and failures. It remains perpetually at square one. The second component is a broken feedback loop. For a system to learn, it must receive and process feedback from users. Many pilots fail because there's no simple way to correct answers. This answer is wrong. This summary missed the key point. Without correction, the system repeats its errors. One lawyer in the MIT study abandoned a sophisticated legal AI tool for ChatGPT. She could guide ChatGPT with step-by-step corrections to get the output she needed. The expensive enterprise tool offered a rigid, take-it-or-leave-it answer. The third component is a failure to adapt to workflows. Work is dynamic and fluid. Successful AI fits into how people actually work. A good system learns a team's unique patterns and exceptions. Example: an AI for IT support should learn which solutions work for specific hardware or user groups. It should adapt recommendations based on what resolved tickets in the past. Over time, it becomes a smarter, more helpful partner. A common mistake is to focus AI efforts exclusively on high-profile, customer-facing applications, sales marketing. While these areas hold promise, MIT research highlights a different area for immediate value. The most consistent and measurable returns on investment often come from back-office automation. These are the unglamorous but essential processes that keep a company running. automating tasks like invoice processing, compliance document review, internal help desk support, yields clear, quantifiable savings in time and cost. These projects provide strong, defensible ROI. Another crucial signal for leaders comes from a phenomenon known as shadow AI. This refers to the widespread, unofficial use of consumer AI tools by employees for work tasks. Studies indicate that over 90% of knowledge workers use consumer AI tools. ChatGPT, Claude, often without their company's knowledge or approval. This behavior is a demand signal, not just a compliance problem. It shows where employees feel pain and where enterprise tools are failing them. Smart leaders study shadow AI usage to choose pilots. Looking ahead, the infrastructure for truly intelligent systems is evolving. Two concepts are key: persistent memory, agentic web. Persistent memory is an AI's ability to retain context and learning over time. The GenAI divide is real, but it is not a destiny. Leaders can take concrete, practical steps today to ensure their organizations are on the right side of it. The time for passive observation is over. The competitive advantages are compounding quickly, and research signals that vendor lock-in and data dominance can become entrenched within 18 months. Acting now is essential. Here is a simple checklist to guide your strategy and turn AI investment into measurable impact. First, make learning a non-negotiable requirement. When evaluating any AI solution, your first question to vendors should be, how does your system learn? Ask for specific details on how it incorporates user feedback, retains context over time, and adapts to workflows. If a vendor cannot provide a clear, compelling answer, you should be skeptical of its long-term value. Demand systems that get smarter with use. This is the single most important factor for moving a pilot to production. Second, partner for speed and expertise. Resist the temptation to build everything yourself. Identify specialized vendors who have a proven track record in your domain. Look for partners who already possess relevant training data, can demonstrate successful deployments with referenceable clients. Leverage their expertise to get to value faster. The 5% of companies that successfully cross the GenAI divide exhibit clear patterns in their strategy. These patterns aren't complex, but they require a deliberate shift away from traditional IT projects. The first pattern: partner, don't build from scratch. Research shows a striking difference in outcomes. Companies that partner with specialized AI vendors have a success rate nearly double in-house builders. Building foundational models and infrastructure is extremely difficult and resource-intensive. Good partners bring more than just technology: deep domain expertise, pre-existing, industry-specific training data. Example: an AI vendor focused on pharmaceutical research already understands the regulatory landscape and scientific terminology. That lets them move faster and deliver a refined product from day one. Choosing the right partner is critical. It's often more reliable than reinventing the wheel. The goal: leverage AI, not become an AI research lab. Second pattern: distribute AI experimentation. Winning companies avoid centralizing every AI initiative in one isolated lab. Instead, they empower teams and individual power users across the org. They provide small budgets. They set clear data privacy and security guidelines. They give teams the freedom to run small-scale pilots on the front lines. This distributed approach acts like a portfolio of small bets. It discovers high-value, practical use cases faster than top-down committees. That strategy uncovers surprising wins. They build systems that learn, adapt, and integrate deeply. Understanding their approach is the blueprint to close the GenAI divide. It shows leaders how to turn AI hype into real business results, so they can actually realize the promise. Memory feedback adaptation. When a system learns, it produces better outputs. Better outputs encourage more usage. More usage generates more data and feedback. That data fuels further learning, making the system more valuable. Companies that deploy learning-capable systems are the ones that see pilots succeed. They build tools that evolve alongside the people who use them every day. Finally, prioritize back-office automation for quick, measurable wins. While you explore more ambitious projects, Secure some early victories by automating internal processes. This will build momentum, generate tangible ROI, and help your organization develop the skills needed for more complex deployments. The path across the GenAI divide is paved with a series of small, successful steps. Start taking those steps today. The future of your company may depend on it. The agentic web describes autonomous agents that can communicate, share information, collaborate on multi-step tasks. Example: an agent could book travel, manage a calendar, prepare meeting summaries by coordinating with other specialized agents,